You know of cars that use fuel, you probably have one. You also know of electric cars. What you might know is that there is another type of car known as hydrogen cars, and they are better than gas and electric cars combined. In this video, we are going to do a deep dive into hydrogen cars, what they are, how they work, and how beneficial they are to everyone. But before we get into that, please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. We always upload quality, informative, and factual videos like this that keep you wanting more, so subscribe and stay subscribed. Thank you. Hydrogen cars are simply cars that get their power from hydrogen fuel, and because of this, they use less energy than gas-powered cars. The US, Japan, China, and South Korea are all putting a lot of money into hydrogen as an alternative power source that will last longer. It's the next big thing that is set to occur in the car industry, and probably and finally displace the use of internal combustion engine vehicles. By the way, internal combustion engines, or ICE for short, are cars that use gas. Companies like Toyota are already putting money into this fuel of the future as an option to gas, or even electric cars that are bad for the environment. As of this moment, there are already about 11,000 hydrogen-powered cars on the road right now. But before you rush out to get yourself one, you might want to know how they work. How do hydrogen fuel cells work? Well, there is a lot of science involved, obviously, but we will try to simplify it for you. Hydrogen and oxygen first combine in a process called redox, which means reduction and oxidation. This is how hydrogen fuel cells are made. Using hydrogen as the fuel and oxygen from the air to make an electrochemical cell, this process then turns energy straight into electricity. And in the end, energy and water vapor are released into the air. And depending on the situation, the energy made by the hydrogen fuel cells can go in one of two directions. The energy either powers the electric motor directly or fills a small lithium-ion battery that helps power the motor and can store energy for later use. Which is cool if you ask us. This battery also saves power from the vehicle's regenerative braking system and extra power from the fuel cell stack when the car is moving slowly and using little energy. When the engine is asked to do more, the battery helps out. A typical hydrogen fuel cell has two electrodes, an electrolyte, hydrogen as the fuel, and a power source. The design of the fuel cells is similar to that of a lithium-ion battery. They have an anode, a cathode, and a catalyst that makes electrons and protons separate from the hydrogen gas that is pushed inside. Like the lithium-ion cells in an EV battery, and like the cast of the Fast and Furious franchise, multiple fuel cells in a hydrogen car work together as a family to make energy. The name for this group of cells is a hydrogen fuel cell stack. One of the best things about these fuel cells is that they generate electricity with very little pollution, as the hydrogen and oxygen used to generate the electricity produce water as a byproduct. This makes it completely carbon-free. This is why it is being considered heavily by the car industry. Another advantage of hydrogen-powered cars is that filling up the hydrogen tanks takes about the same amount of time as filling up a gas car. This is one big benefit that hydrogen cars have over battery EVs. You just pull up to the gas station, hook up the hose, and in about 5 minutes, the tank is full. They also have a longer range than battery EVs, with the ability to go 300 to 400 miles before they need to be refueled. So, definitely, hydrogen-powered cars are the cheap version of the cars we have now. If perfected rightly, we can kiss both gasoline cars and EVs goodbye, especially EVs. The only challenge faced by hydrogen cars is that they are still new in the game. For example, they don't have enough refueling sites to cater to demand if it rises, though we believe with time that will change just as it did with electric vehicles. Another problem is the high cost of production. Because of how few hydrogen cars are made, they are more expensive than battery electric cars. Even though hydrogen may be the most common element on Earth, it takes work and a lot of money to refine it into a form that can power a car. This is why it is a bit expensive. The smallest Toyota you can get that runs on hydrogen costs $57,500. But as said earlier, it could become less costly as time goes on. Remember how flying was once meant only for the elite? If you don't remember, you just proved our point. To be fair, these are not problems because with time and enough budget for R&D, it will be fixed. Countries all over the world are already seeing hydrogen as a good potential energy source for everything, from cars and buses to planes. If we can find a cost-effective way to make hydrogen production more environmentally friendly, and build the necessary refueling infrastructure, hydrogen-powered vehicles could bring a huge leap toward green transportation and an end to the era of ICE vehicles. That's all we have for you today. Hit the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel and the like button so we know you loved it. Also hit the little bell so you get notified when we post new videos like this just for you. Thank you for watching. Till next time.